Brookshire Gymnasium is our home for a matinee matchup here in the Rose City of Tyler, Texas. It's a TAPS 4A District 2 matchup here in the Rose City between Coach Aston Francis and his All Saints Trojans and the visiting Vikings from Vanguard College Prep, located in Waco, Texas. Hello, everybody. Welcome courtside to Brookshire Gymnasium. Jared Jones on the call for this afternoon's game. Happy to be back with you. Last night, right down the road across from the Loop over at Tyler Legacy High School, we had what turned out to be an offensive showing from the Tyler Legacy Red Raiders and their defeat on senior night of the visiting North Forney Falcons. Hopefully, Coach Francis and company and his Trojans here at home hoping to have that same luck here. They go against a Waco Vanguard team led by head coach Scott Moe. Overall record of 17-13, district record of 0-9, coming off of a current 3-game skid. Lost their last meeting against this All Saints team by a score of 47-43. That was back on the 13th of January. Looking to turn that luck around here. We're set to go for tip-off. When we come back, we'll introduce our starting lineups and get you set for high school basketball action. Reminder that coming up in early March, the Antler Sports Network crew will be in Fort Worth, Texas, and Cowtown on the campus of Texas Wesleyan University in the Sid Richardson Center for our coverage of the Sooner Athletic Conference Championships for men's and women's basketball. Semifinals for both men's and women's will be on March 4th. We'll have the championship games the very next day on March 5th. Myself, Jimmy the St. Christopher, and the entire Antler Sports Network crew will be delivering the call throughout that Monday and Tuesday, packed with college basketball action. These broadcasts of the Sooner Athletic Conference Championships are brought to you by your Oklahoma Ford dealers, official dealers of the Sooner Athletic Conference. When we come back, we'll introduce our starting lineups to get you set for tip-off. It's the Trojans and the Vikings up next on the Antler Sports Network family of platforms. This is high school basketball.
Give it everything. At Pelche Kia and Tyler, we're tough, never quits.
Drawing up the perfect insurance plan can seem like a daunting task in this financial climate. Tackle the task with Mike Munn State Farm Insurance. We have a triple threat of home, auto, and life insurance policies to fit any budget. You can even cover your furry friends with pet insurance. Call 903-561-4535 or visit MikeMunn.net to get started on a free quote. 903-561-4535 to get started on a free quote.
Hello, I'm Mike Munn with Mike Munn State Farm, where I've been your local agent.
Back in Brookshire Gymnasium, starting lineups being introduced here right in front of us in Brookshire Gymnasium, home of the All Saints Trojans. And let's also introduce these starting lineups brought to you by Spartan Exteriors. Starting for the visiting Waco Vanguard Vikings, Drew Howard and Owen Peters, they're 1 and 2, the sophomore duo, lining out the backcourt. Tristan Latino, Henry Witt, and Sean Angeli, the forwards at 3, 4, and 5, respectively. A very young Vanguard team led by head coach Scott Moe. Only one senior on the floor. Now for the All Saints Trojans, led by head coach Aston Francis. Sam Walters and Jackson Hill are 1 of the 2. Manny Myers in the 3. Emerson Hatnot at the 4. And Cass Franks at the 5 spot, roaming the middle at the pivot spot. Those are our starting lineups brought to you by Spartan Exteriors, with offices located in Austin, Round Rock, and East Texas. Located online at SpartanExteriors.com. Referees are set to go. Ball is up in the air, and we have it tip-off. We're set to go. Vanguard technically had possession, but immediately stolen away by Sam Walters, and Hatnot getting ready for the opening possession on offense for these Trojans. All Saints in the all-white tops and bottoms with blue, black, and white striping along the sides. Blue lettering and numerals with a black trim. Vanguard in the visiting blue tops and bottoms. The royal blue with green and white striping along the tops and bottoms. Green lettering with a white trim. White numerals with a green trim. Very nice uniform combination here this afternoon. In the corner now with it on the far side is Sam Walters. Walters, the sophomore guard. They get it over to Hatnot. We played a little over 35 seconds in this first quarter. At the elbow with it, kicking into the corner. Open three for Jackson Hill. No good. Nobody home. Rebound gets brought down by Drew Howard. On the other way is Vanguard. That layup is no good. And now here's Hatnot on the open break. Hatnot through traffic rises up. Can't get the layup to go. And now we're still scoreless a minute into this contest. On the drive, looking is Howard. Howard immediately picked up right along that outside hash by Jackson Hill. Now they get it back to Howard. Drew Howard, the 6'1 sophomore, leading these Vikings in points per game, averaging 15.5, also leading the Vikings in assists with 4. Down on the block, elbow. Kick out, corner three for Henry Witt. He can't get it to fall. Rebound gets brought down by Manny Miser. Miser gets it over to Hatnot along the far side. The Trojans going from left to right on your respective device. Vanguard going the opposite way, of course. Hatnot at the top of the key, takes a screen. Inbounds pass is in down low to Franks. Franks rises up, gets it pinned, gets it back, however, rises back up, and he's got it for 2. And we have our first points of the game. Cass Franks gets things going. He's 1 for 2. Got his first shot blocked. But now All Saints strikes first blood. We've elapsed 2 minutes with 6 minutes to go. Offensive foul is called. Looks like that was an illegal screen. They're going to charge that to Tristan Latino. The 6'1 freshman gets his first foul of the game, or the first foul on these Vikings. .554 left, and another offensive foul. This time it's going to be called against Manny Miser. So we have back-to-back fouls. Both teams sitting at 1 team foul apiece in the early going. We have 5:53 remaining in the first, and we've only had 1 converted field goal. Looking is Howard. Howard, hand off into the corner, taking the ball screen, stops, pulls up for mid-range is Witt. That was a 3, no good. Rebound brought down by Walters. Walters over to Hatnot. If you remember, Hatnot had a stellar performance during the Brookshires Classic earlier this year. Franks, head fakes, rises up, might have gotten it swatted, or might have gotten his hand swatted. Either way, no whistle blown, and we're still stuck at 2-0. Substitution pending for the Vanguard Vikings. Ball screen now. Howard rejects it, dribbles to his left side, now gets it over in the handoff to Owen Peters. Peters kick to the corner, looking for something is Witt. Witt's already let go of a couple shots. He'll drive here, downhill, and won't count the bucket for 2. That foul is going to be called on Sam Walters. That'll be his first. And a dual substitution here. As we have our first shooting foul, Henry Witt is going to go to the line. And that's an intense way to get the Vikings onto the board today. 5:07 left to go in the first. These Vikings led by head coach Scott Moe, and they're in this game as the free throw is off. Offensive rebound is brought down by the recently checking in Dion Morati as a 3 in the corner is nailed. Henry Witt from downtown gives Vanguard a 5-2 lead. Witt has all 5 points for Vanguard today, and it looks like this is going to be a loose ball foul. That's going to be on Shakir Shalbaki along the backside. It looks like we have a quick substitution for both teams. Basur will be checking in for All Saints. As into the corner, no good for the Trojans. However, offensive rebound is brought down by Miser. Swing to the other side to Hatnot. They try to get it into Franks. Franks gets bumped. And now Vanguard's going the other way. Fast break opportunity, but instead they'll slow down and elect to operate in the half court. 4:30 left to go in the first quarter. With it on the outside, dribbling to the left or the center of the floor is Peters. Now they get it over to Witt, and Witt's going to draw a foul. That's going to be foul number 2 on the Trojans. As another substitution here, as Drew Howard as well as Tristan Latino checks back in. Owen Peters and Shalbaki will check out. Vanguard inbounding right in front of the All Saints bench. Howard getting the play call from the sideline behind him from head coach Scott Moe. And that's going to be a block, a rough bump there taken by Jackson Hill. And that's already 3 fouls. Vanguard has 2. All Saints has 3 in this quarter. As Sean Angeli will be checking in for the first time today for the Vikings. Inbounding is Tristan Latino. Latino, the 6'1 freshman. Very freshman-ladled team. It looks like there might have been a heel out of bounds, and yes, that's going to be a turnover assessed to Drew Howard with 4:16 left to go. All Saints, according to the scoreboard, only has 1 more foul to give with still 4 minutes and change remaining. Don't want to get too deep of a rut in terms of fouls. So that's what the new rules, allowing only 5 fouls a quarter until the other team gets into the bonus. Here's Hatnot. Hatnot picks up his dribble. They get it to Basur. High arcing pass. Heels are right along that sideline. However, he gets out of harm's way and swings it back to Hatnot along his left. 3:50 left to go in the first quarter. Hatnot directing traffic. Down screen here. Franks flashes to the far side elbow. Almost thought that Jackson Hill was going to let that 3 fly. But Suarez, who we know was not afraid to let go of that 3 ball, as we saw during the Brookshires Classic tournament earlier this year. Here's his first 3 for the game. He's no good. Back iron off. Hadnot tried to get it. He tipped it back to Basur. Miser skipping. Hadnot for 3. Short side front iron, no good. Franks offensive rebound. He fades away and has to fall away for 2. Now we're back to a 1-possession game. As Cass Franks, frankly, a fantastic job staying tenacious on the offensive board. Even better balance on the follow-away. And it looks like, do we have an offensive foul? Yes, we do. It's Cass Franks who's there right on time. Substitution for the Vikings. Checking out is going to be Witt. Checking in for him. An exchange is going to be the 5'11 sophomore guard, Owen Peters. After the Franks foul, All Saints an opportunity to take only their second lead of the game. They were the ones to get the first points on the board to make it 2-0. With it is Hill. Hill surveying the floor. Over to Hatnot now. Hatnot on the wing. Kicks to Hill. Hatnot barking orders. Takes a moment to recollect. 2:31 left in the first. Hatnot with it again. Takes a screen, drives, Basur, head fakes, goes baseline, looking, great inline pass to Franks. Hill jabs, drops his defender. Hatnot picks up his dribble, over to Hill. Hill hesitates, 2:17 left to go. Clock still rolling. Hill back over to Hatnot. They get in the middle to Miser. Miser steps back, fall away, elbow jumper, no good. Ball will so out of bounds. Possession will go to the blue and green clad Vikings. Another substitution here. That's checking in for Latino. 2:07 left to go in the first quarter of play. All Saints only 1 more foul to give. Vanguard only with 2 as we are elapsing the 2-minute mark in this first period. And it's going to be an offensive foul. That's the second offensive foul against the Vanguard Vikings. That's going to be shot backy on the illegal screen. And now that gives Vanguard 4 fouls. As Coach Moe pleading with the official. Don't think the official's going to change that call. Minute 51 left in the first. Hill, head fakes, gets it to Hatnot. Hatnot takes a screen but doesn't get that much separation from it. They swing it back to Hill. Miser on that right side elbow, going from elbow to elbow. Bit of a high-low action against this attacking zone. They try to get it into Miser, but it's stolen away. Hatnot creates the turnover. On the open break is Peters. Peters steps back. It's blitzed by Basur. Open 3 for Howard. He's got it from downtown. Drew Howard, his first 3 of the game and his first points. 1 for 1 out of the blocks fast, and now it's 8-4 with 1:20 left to go in the first. Miser in the middle, he's been wreaking havoc, trying to beat up this Vanguard zone, but the Vikings defense has stood firm. Basur looking. Hill cuts into the corner, but is immediately stopped by help side defense on the wings for Vanguard. They skip it over to Hill. Hill with it with 1 minute left to go. Great fake by Hatnot into Franks. Franks goes up, goes through, and he'll draw the foul. And he'll head to the charity stripe for our first trip to the line for the All Saints Trojans in this game. And that'll put All Saints in the bonus for the last 55 seconds in this quarter. As Coach Moe again speaking with the official, trying to get an explanation. First shot from Franks is good. Of course, this and all free throws brought to you by HTO, your hometown drink stop, located across the street from Tyler Junior College, home of 27 freshly brewed flavors of teas and beverages to please any palate. And Franks goes perfect from the line, going 2 for 2. 6-8, our score, 55 seconds left. Vanguard might try to hold this thing out for one possession. On the drive to the left side is Howard. Howard kicks out to Peters. Peters looking, takes the screen, gets downhill on the right side of the key, but instead will elect to reset. Now at the free throw line, downhill is Keaton Matthews in the corner. Long three, no good from Howard. Franks comes down with the rebound. 32 seconds left. Hadnot with a head of steam, crosses the timeline. Looking, now steps back and resets as he's immediately met by Keaton Matthews. Heck of a pass into Miser, he's got it for 2. It might be a Saturday afternoon, but the Dimes and ATM is still open. Great pass from Hadnot, tying it up at 8 apiece. 13 seconds left. Now at the top of the key. Swing to the corner to Matthews. Matthews trying to get it in down low, but instead, Ishalbaki, who was under the basket, took a push, and that'll put both teams into the bonus and send Shalbaki to the line to shoot 2. Vanguard, their second trip to the line today. First shot is no good. Shalbaki takes the ball from the official. His second shot, no good as well. However, offensive rebound brought down by Morati. He's got 4 seconds, fade away, no good, back iron, and that will do it for quarter number 1. So far, neither team really able to get a true advantage. We played 8 minutes of basketball, and after 1, it's 8-all. It's Trojans and Vikings coming up after this. Eight minutes down, another 8-minute period, just moments away here from Brookshire Gymnasium. Low scoring has been the story for both of these teams. It's 8-8. Leading scorer so far, Henry Witt for Vanguard, leading their active scorers with 5. Cass Franks already with 6 points, leading all active scorers for either team. It's been Manny Miser with 2 for All Saints to make up for the 8 points total. And the rest of the 3 points for Vanguard out of their 8 after Witt's 5 is Drew Howard with a 3 ball in the middle portion of the first. Both teams coming out of their respective huddles. Waco Vanguard, 2 more games remaining in this year. They have a date down the road in Bullard on the 9th, coming up this next Tuesday against Brook Hill. And then their final game of the season that following Friday against Covenant. 5-second count already starting. Coach Francis keeping his Trojans in the huddle a bit too long. Had not taken a second to kind of lap things off. And we are set to go for quarter number 2. Hill over to Basur. Hill cuts to the corner, but again immediately stopped by help side wing defense. Had not looking. Miser back on that elbow, causing havoc. Here's Hill. Hill looking, has Hadnot on the corner, jabs and now resets. Basur has space, drives, goes up. Hard take, but he can't get it to go. Basur trying to come up with a steal, but on the defensive rebound is going to be Howard, and it's going to be a loose ball foul that is called on Basur. Basur's very aggressive after missing that layup, and that's the first foul already on All Saints with 30 seconds elapsed in this second quarter. Owen Peters and Tristan Latino will be checking back in for Vanguard. 7 minutes and 26 seconds left to go in this second quarter. Be sure to stay with us for our East Texas Benefits halftime report. We'll try to talk with the winning coach going into the break, as well as give you a stats update. So far, this will be a pretty easy stat update, a very low-scoring affair. It's 8-all. On the dribble handoff is Howard. Howard right down Main Street. Offensive foul, and Franks takes his second charge of the game. Cass Franks took a charge in that exact same spot with about 4 minutes gone in the first quarter, already getting his second charge. Fair to say he might need a ice bath after this one. He's taken 2 hard falls, both of them resulting in extra possessions for his Trojans, so I'm sure he wouldn't mind too much. Here's Basur. Basur over to Hatnot. 6:49 left to go in the first half of play. Basur now rotates to the corner. He's looking, has Franks on the low block. High post on the right side elbow is Miser as they now switch. High-low action. Some would like to call it Hawaii. Basur fires for 3. No good. Rebound brought down by Franks. Tips it. Keeps it in his possession. Now over to Hatnot. Hatnot waiting on reinforcements. Has Franks rotating behind him to fill in the corner. Now with it is Hill again. 6:24 left to go. Hill surveying the floor, looking. Hatnot with it. Hill cuts to the left side corner. To Basur. Basur steps back. Great defense for this 2-3 zone for Vanguard, not allowing All Saints to get anything immediate, making them take their time and try to break down this defense. And it's fair to say, looking at the scoreline, both teams' defenses have been pretty stifling. 6:02 left to go. Clock still rolling. Hatnot with it. Franks flashes up. With it is Hill. Looking. Franks demanding the basketball on the low block. Ball gets tipped. It's Vanguard possession. Henry Witt coming up with the steal with 5:50 left to go. And now they go the other way. Up to Howard on the left side sideline. Bounce pass is in the center of the floor at the top of the key to Latino. Latino bounce pass, almost anticipated, but Basur will get 2 quick ones. He had a reach and foul just 2 possessions ago. Now he has 2 fouls. Both of those fouls resulting in the 2 quick ones with 5:42 left to go. The 2 quick fouls for this All Saints team. Latino inbounds to Drew Howard. Howard, a 6'1 sophomore. Now at the top of the floor to Angeli. Sean Angeli leading these Vikings with 10.6 rebounds a game. Quick firing 3 is Latino from downtown, and he's nice. Absolutely lights out. Saw him knocking down 3s in the warm-ups, and he's keeping that going here. Here's Jackson Hill. Hill with 5:10 left to go. Hatton to the corner. Franks demanding the basketball. They get it to Miser on the top elbow. Looking here. Now over to Basur. They get it into Miser. High post. Skip to Hatton. He fires for the wing 3 off the window. No good. I guess the bank is still closed for him on a Saturday. Great cross-court pass. Layup is in. Nice feed down floor, and even better touch there by Owen Peters for the breakaway layup. Now it's 13-8. Vanguard a bit of an offensive explosion of their own in this second quarter with 4.5 left to go. Hill takes 2 dribbles, steps up, gets it to Hatnot. Miser on the screen. Hatnot right straight up through the lane. Can't get it to go. Whistle is blown. Looks like it's a reach foul called against All Saints. Believe they're going to call that against Hatnot either way. That's foul number 3 on the team. Shabaki checks in for the Vanguard Vikings. Dribble handoff to the left side to Peters. Peters now looking over to Moradi. Moradi now back to Shabaki at the top of the key. Looking for the dribble handoff. They eventually get it to Howard. Howard only has 3 points in this game so far. Bounce to Peters. Peters steps back. 3:55 left to go. Both of these offenses taking their time, except for Vanguard's defense is predominantly in that 2-3. That's a quick 3. It's fired off the window and good for Moradi. And it looks like a timeout is called. All Saints wanting to talk things over. As Coach Francis takes the timeout, we'll take it with him. Back after this. It's going to be a 30-second timeout. Vanguard 16, All Saints 8 on the Antler Sports Network.
Give it everything. At Pelche Key and Tyler, we're tough, never quits.
Coming out of the break, All Saints wanting to try to stop the bleeding. It was a 3 from Dion Moradi that forced Coach Francis and company to call that timeout. Currently down 16-8 with 3:45 left to go in this second quarter of play here in Brookshire Gymnasium. Quick substitutions pending. Usually, we've seen so far as the steal is broken away. Gets it on the moment. Matthews rises. Layup is in. Coast to coast off the steal. Matthews getting on the board. His first points of the game. Pickpocketed clean. Going all 94 feet for the breakaway layup. 3:22 left to go, and it's a 10-point Vanguard lead. Hill to Haddon out of the corner. Now back to Hill on the reset on the wing. Looking at Sam Walters. Franks is down low battling. Franks demanding the basketball. Hasn't really gotten it. Miser goes up. Layup is no good. Rebound gets brought down by Moradi. High-arcing pass into the hands of Peters again. Great extra feed. Matthews under the basket. He's got it for 2 more. Keaton Matthews back-to-back buckets. Right place, right time. 20-8. Vanguard ahead here on the road. 2:40 and counting left to go. Jackson Hill, the senior, gets it to Hatnot. Skip passes over to Walters. Walters, ball is dead, closely guarded by Owen Peters. He gets it to Jackson in relief. Now over to Hatnot. They've had great opportunities to get it to Miser on the elbow, and it looks like it's a loose ball foul called against the Vikings. That one is going to get called against Keaton Matthews. Multiple Vanguard defenders have been battling with Miser on that high post. Franks has tried to do most of his damage down low. All St. Trojans offense really hasn't had an opportunity to try to get it to him and let the big man go to work. Franks in this game already has 6, leading all active scores. Hill to Hatnot. Hatnot, they try to get it down low to Franks. Ball gets tipped, and it's going to stay here. Last touch was by Sean Angeli. With 2:20 left to go. Vanguard 20, All Saints 8. Hatnot, hurricane pass to Jackson Hill. Hill looking. Back over to Hatnot. Almost had it stolen. He takes a dribble. Thought he was going to pull up. Hill will from 12:49. Back iron, no good. Miser tried to tip it back in on the putback, no good. Rebound gets brought down by Tristan Latino. Now Peters going against the man-to-man defensive front for Coach Francis and his All Saints Trojans. Angeli gets it to Matthews. Matthews went on a quick 4-0 run of his own doing. Thought that was almost a carry there, but no call from the official. Ball is picked up dead. Bounce pass to Witt, taking the screen. Had the roller there for a moment. Latino dribbles out to the right side. On the drive is Matthews. Latino, he fires for 3. No good. Front iron it off. Rebounded by Franks. Franks into the open floor. Has Hatnot on the breakaway. Rises up. No. Didn't give himself enough room. Gets rim stuff there. 1:15 left to go. 8-20 still our score. Latino picks up his dribble. Over to Matthews in the corner. Almost got baited into a trap there. Franks with their right on time. Thankfully, Matthews spun out of it to avoid the double team. With it now on the right side wing is going to be Matthews. Matthews kicked to the top of the key into Angeli. Angeli, 6'3" tall, the senior. One of only 4 seniors on the roster for the Vikings. 45 seconds left. No slow, methodical, paced offense continues for both teams. 36 seconds left. Into Matthews. Matthews. Now to Latino. 30 seconds left. Another dribble handoff. Screen away and moving. Simple motion offense. This could possibly be the final possession of the first half, the way Vanguard has been moving the ball. Peters now with it. Ball is dead. Forcing the pickup is Hill. Now the reset again to Latino. Frank steps up to him. 10 seconds now. With it is Peters. Peters, bounce pass. 6 seconds now. Turning and driving. Latino pulls off the window and good for 2. And that will do it. Full court heave. No good. Almost knocked it down. And that will conclude the first half of play. After 2, Waco Vanguard pretty much taking the last minute of the first half to do exactly what they wanted, and that was a bucket to conclude the first 2 quarters. We come back after this 3-minute break. We'll take a look at the stats and get you ready for half number 2. It's 22-8. Vanguard and the Vikings up big here at home. From the Antler Sports Network family of platforms, this is high school basketball.
Give it everything at Pelche Key and Tyler, where tough never quits.
Drawing up the perfect insurance plan can seem like a daunting task in this financial climate. Tackle the task with Mike Munn State Farm Insurance. We have a triple threat of home, auto, and life insurance policies to fit any budget. You can even cover your furry friends with pet insurance. Call 903-561-4535 or visit MikeMunn.net to get started on a free quote. 903-561-4535 to get started on a free quote.
Hello, I'm Mike Munn with Mike Munn State Farm, where I've been your local agent since 1980.
When my Marco's craving hits, it really hits. And with unlimited medium one-topping pizzas for $6.99 each, I can cover tonight's cravings and tomorrow's. Nice. Marco's. Pizza lovers, get it. Feast your eyes on Marco's Pepperoni Magnifico. Fresh dough made daily, topped with our signature sauce. 3 real cheeses, classic pepperoni, plus crispy cupped Old World pepperoni. Pure pepperoni perfection for just $9.99, but for a limited time only.
Coming out of the break here at halftime, couple minutes remaining, Vanguard and the Vikings, the visiting fans definitely have to be happy with the way their team has played. Up early, 22-8. Quick look at the stats starting for said Vanguard Vikings. 2 players with 5 is Tristan Latino, as well as Henry Witt with 5 points respectively. Drew Howard with 2, Drew Howard with 3, Owen Peters with 2. And off the bench, Dion Morati had 3 points, and Keaton Matthews, that quick 2-0 run that forced Coach Ashton Francis and his All Saints Trojans to call a timeout and try to suppress the run. Those 2 layups made it 18-6, and then a bucket after that coming out of the timeout gave the Vanguard Vikings one step closer to getting to our current score of 22-8. Speaking of Coach Francis and his All Saints Trojans, leading scorers include Cass Franks with 6, Manny Miser with 2. No other player getting into the scorebook just yet. The foul trouble also getting into play early. In that first quarter, Vanguard was able to collect 3 fouls in around 3 minutes and 20 seconds of game time. All Saints 4 fouls in 6 minutes of game time. But in that second quarter, only 3 fouls for All Saints, only 2 fouls for Vanguard. So fair to say the fouling did slow down a tad bit into that second quarter of play. Foul trouble, but Soar, the only player for All Saints with 2, no players with 2 fouls for the Vanguard Vikings. That concludes our East Texas Benefits Halftime Report, brought to you by East Texas Benefits, local knowledge you can trust online at easttexasbenefits.com. Proud insurance provider of the Antler Sports Network. When we come back, second half is after this from the Antler Sports Network family of platforms. This is Bell Kia High School Basketball.
Give it everything at Pelche Kia and Tyler, with tough never quits.
Drawing up the perfect insurance plan can seem like a daunting task in this financial climate. Tackle the task with Mike Munn State Farm Insurance. We have a triple threat of home, auto, and life insurance policies to fit any budget. You can even cover your furry friends with pet insurance. Call 903-561-4535 or visit MikeMunn.net to get started on a free quote. 903-561-4535 to get started on a free quote.
Hello, I'm Mike Munn with Mike Munn State Farm, where I've been your local agent since 1980.
When my Marco's craving hits, it really hits. And with unlimited medium one-topping pizzas for $6.99 each, I can cover tonight's cravings and tomorrow's. Nice. Marco's. Pizza lovers, get it. Feast your eyes on Marco's Pepperoni Magnifico. Fresh dough made daily, topped with our signature sauce. 3 real cheeses, classic pepperoni, plus crispy cupped Old World pepperoni. Pure pepperoni perfection for just $9.99, but for a limited time only.
Second half set to begin here from Brookshire Gymnasium. Whistle has blown. Clock is set. I don't know what the officials could be waiting on. Shout out to one of the officials, Mr. Brad Williams, always a proud supporter of the Antler Sports Network. He likes to call himself our rules correspondent. So how about that? We're set to go. Vanguard now going from left to right on your respective device in the blue tops and bottoms to begin this second half of play. Is with all Vanguard in that second quarter. The first quarter ended with a pretty low-scoring affair. Some would say it was almost like a steroid-era baseball game. It was 8-8 in the first period. It was the second quarter to where the offense broke out for the Vikings out of Waco, Texas. On the drive, looking now, spinning and resetting is Howard. Howard now gets it to Peters in relief. 30 seconds have elapsed in the second quarter. Kick to the corner. It's Angeli. Takes a couple dribbles. Guarded by Mize. That's a tough defender to get by. Almost tipped and turned over. However, Vanguard still with possession. With it is Latino. Latino now over to Peters. Peters resetting once more over to Henry Witt. Witt gets downhill. Up and over. Layup. No good. Battling for the rebound is Angeli and Miser. And it looks like they'll head to the arrow. Arrow going in favor of the All Saints Trojans. 7:06 remaining in this first quarter. Officials having a quick word with Manny Miser. Always good to see officials give some constructive criticism or even crack a joke or two with the players. Swing into the corner now. With it, and a travel is going to be called on Sam Walters. Walters took a jab but didn't maintain full possession before taking that initial step forward. Turnover will be assessed to the Trojans, and Vanguard will take possession back. 6 minutes, 51 seconds remaining in the third quarter. Looking to get it to Peters, and they eventually do. Still man-to-man defensive front for Coach Francis and the All Saints Trojans. Post-game, be sure to stay with us for our Marco's Pizza post-game show. We'll elect our Yosemite Roofing GOAT of the game, as well as pick our Marco's Pizza Slice of Greatness Play of the game, and we'll speak with the winning coach. 6.5 left in the third. With it after shying off Miser is Angel Lee. Angel Lee now kicks to the reset, top of the key over to Witt. Witt, dribble handoff now over to the far left side of the wing. 6:17 left to go. I calculated it on that last possession to end the first half. Vanguard held the basketball for 1 minute and 18 seconds. How about that? 6:08 left to go now as we approach the 6-minute flat mark. With it is Witt. Witt surveying the floor. Cross almost went to the right. Instead, will go to the left. Pick up his dribble, swing to the top of the key over to Angel Lee. Now on the wing with it is Peters. Right in front of his Vikings bench. He sets back, gets a tip by Hatnot. Hatnot picks up a dribble. One man to beat. Rises up through contact. Tapped the bucket and one. One thing we do know about Emerson Hatnot as we take another look at that layup, you can't give him any kind of room. Go right through your chest and go through for two through contact, as we can see here as he will head to the free throw line. That replay courtesy of Circle M Crawfish, located in Big Sandy, Texas. First trip to the line for Hatnot today, as his free throw is no good. 5:48 left to go. Coming out with a rebound is going to be Drew Howard. He catches it back and gets possession once again. Now with it is Witt. Witt crosses, guarded by Walters. They kick over to Peters. Peters takes the screen, resets. Howard takes the screen, full head of steam, gets blitzed and stopped immediately by Hill. Great job beating Howard to the spot. Quick pull, three for Witt from downtown. He's got it again. Henry Witt once again nailing the trifecta and expanding the lead. And it looks like we have a reach or a smack on the way up, and All Saints will head to the line. That foul is going to be charged to Tristan Latino, and that'll be foul number 2 on the Vikings in this quarter. Heading to the line is going to be Cass Franks. Franks' second trip to the charity stripe today. First shot is no good. All Saints 50% so far, 2 for 4 from the charity stripe. Couple of substitutions here for Vanguard is going to be Dion Morati, who hit a 3 earlier, as well as Keaton Matthews, who went on a 4-0 run midway through the second quarter to give what was a 10-point Vanguard lead. So far, this has been their biggest lead today of 15. Franks nails the second free throw. Of course, that and all free throws brought to you by HTO, your hometown drink stop, an official sweet tea of the Antler Sports Network family of platforms. 5:06 left to go in the third. Dribbling now down the floor is Howard. Howard gets it over to Matthews. Matthews jump stops. Now gets it back out to Howard. Howard has Hill behind him. Floater. Runner is no good. Trying to get his own rebound. Franks comes up with it. Gets bumped and is going to draw the foul from Latino. And that's foul number 3 on the Vikings in this quarter. Now only 2 more fouls to give. 25-11 is our current score with a 4:52 left to go in this third period. Well, it is Hatnot. Hatnot tried to get into Miser. Got bumped. However, Hatnot has it, and he has a head of steam. Fakes the pass. Has some open space. Kick to Hill. Hill, wing 3. Nobody home. That's with oxygen there. 4.5 minutes left to go. Howard lays her pass. Hatnot blitzes it. Comes up with it. Out of bounds. I'm going to say last touch was by Morati. And Hatnot has been in the passing lanes pretty much all game long. Substitution, Owen Peters will be checking in for the Vanguard Vikings. I'm sure the football coaches here at All Saints would love to have someone like Hatnot, the sophomore, the 5'10 sophomore, someone like him as a linebacker. He could probably play a little bit of defensive back, the way we've seen him blitz passing lanes during the Brookshire Classic tournament, as well as this afternoon's game. 4:15 left to go. Hatnot has it. Up on the far side wing is Walters. Walters back to Hatnot. Kick to the corner to Hill. Hill. Great offensive movement here for Walters. Walters, he'll fire for 3, no good. Rebound gets brought down by Latino. Latino now into Peters. Peters back to Latino. on the drive. Matthews, Franks almost had another charge, but it looks like it was going to be a backside reaching foul called. Most likely going to be against Sam Walters as we wait, and yes, it is going to be on him. Franks taking 2 charges already today. Fantastic lateral movement on defense to be at the right place at the right time. Inbounding under his own basket is Drew Howard. Howard to Latino, now rotating around to Peters. Peters now begins his dribble. He's closely guarded by Walters. Picks up his dribble yet again. Now gets it to Latino. Latino, the 6'1 freshman forward. And it's blitzed. Immediately stolen. In the passing lanes is Hill. Hill didn't have any numbers on the break. Thought he was going to get it to Miser, but instead it's almost turned over. Can Vanguard keep it? No, out of bounds. Right out by the official, right in front of the scores table, as Peters was there, but is not able to stay in bounds. If his foot was a half a size smaller, that shoe size was maybe a size or half a size smaller, it would have been in bounds. Basura will be checking back in exchange for Sam Walters. It's Hadnot, Basur, Franks, Hill, and well as Miser on the floor for All Saints. It's going to be Latino, Matthews, Morati, Peters, as well as Witt on the floor for Vanguard. Hadnot, he'll fire for 3, no good. He's 0 for 3 from downtown. Defensive rebound brought down by Howard. Howard on the break, and with a 2-on-5, smart for him to just reset, bring things back out, and get another full possession out of it. Score still 25-11. We've only had 2 field goals in this game, in this third quarter. One from Hadnot on a 2-point layup. The other from Henry Witt on a 3-point shot. Basur, after the miss, comes up with a defensive glass. Dribbles over to the right side. Skips to Hadnot. Hadnot skies through. Great elevation. Can't get the layup, however. And the rim is still hosting a glass lid for this Trojan offense in this third quarter. Speaking of 11 points, it's 2:11 left to go in the third quarter of play. Latino waits for Franks to engage to begin the offense. It's been a half-court game for this Vanguard Viking offense. Quick 3 from Morati. He's already 1 for 1. Make it 1 for 2. Hadnot on the defensive board. Getting up the floor. Kicks to Hill. Hill to Miser to Basur. Basur now in the corner to Franks. He steps back, fires for 3. He's got it from downtown. Cass Franks gets on the board with his first 3 of the game. He's now in double digits with 10, the only active player in this game for either team in double figures. And that's going to be a reach called by Franks. Substitution for Vanguard. It's going to be Shalbaki, as well as Witt and Sean Angeli checking in for the blue-cladded Vikings. With 1:29 left to go in the third. Ball is inbounded. With it is Witt. Witt, risky pass, but Howard is able to keep from crossing the timeline. 1:20 left to go. Great cut under the basket. Even better feed, can't finish. Angeli under the basket. He can't get it either. Shalbaki falls away. He has it for 2. Count it and 1. Concentration as he falls out of bounds. Staying balanced through the air as we take another look with our Circle M Crawfish instant replay. It was a great feed and then an offensive rebound. Angeli couldn't get it. Shalbaki falling away, knocking it down as he makes his and 1 free throw. That makes it a 28-14 Vanguard lead here on the road. Over to Basur. Basur to Hill. He'll let one fly from downtown. Side iron, no good. Rebounder by Angeli. 51 seconds left. And I would not be surprised in the slightest if this is the last possession of the third quarter. As I mentioned, it was the last possession of the first half. That Vanguard used 1 minute and 18 seconds. 38 seconds now. 28-14. Howard picking up his dribble over to Witt. Basur, close defense on him. Basur has to realize that he has 2 fouls. Both teams with 3 apiece as a team in this quarter. 25 seconds left. Vanguard looking like they're in absolutely no rush to get a shot up here. On the drive is Witt. Witt might have got bumped. Miser comes up with it, but it's stolen away. Witt, open corner 3, no good. Rebound brought down into the basket now. 10 seconds left. Out on the reset. Looks like Howard's going to do it himself. 6 seconds. 5, 4, with it is Shawbecky. Ball is tipped. Franks lets it fly from full court. Nobody home, and that will conclude quarter number 3. We played 3 quarters of basketball. We've seen much of the same. All Vanguard. Back in 1 minute from the Antlers Sports Network family of platforms. This is Bell-Shaped Kia High School Basketball. As we come out of the break, quarter number 3 set to begin here in Brookshire Gymnasium. Jared Jones courtside. Happy to be on the call and also happy to announce ASN2 will be the host of the Sooner Athletic Conference Championships live from Cowtown, Fort Worth, home of the Texas Wesleyan Rams at the Sid Richardson Arena. March 4th and 5th, the semifinals and finals of the men's and women's tournament as champions are crowned on the Antler Sports Network. Myself, Jimmy the St. Christopher, and the entirety of the Antler Sports Network crew will be on the call for 2 days of basketball. Again, March 4th and 5th is the Sooner Athletic Conference Championships on ASN2. Vanguard will come out with the opening possession of the final period. 8 more minutes remain. All Saints, not an insurmountable lead, but they're going to need buckets in droves if they want to bring this thing back. And there's Basur poking it free. Hill on the drive, skip pass. Basur, head fakes, skips again. Into Miser. Miser to Hatnot. Hatnot levels his defender, but can't get the layup to go. However, he can't get his offensive rebound. Free throw line jumper. It's in. Emerson Hatnot yet again getting it done on offense. That bucket gives him 4. Hierarchy pass. Franks steals it away. Toe taps along the sideline, staying in bounds, and he'll get it back. 28-16. This could be the beginning of a very important run for this All Saints offense. 7:08 left to go. 2 subs will be checking in for Vanguard. Into Franks. Franks, fall away. No good. Side of the backboard it off. Rebound gets brought down by Angeli. Howard moves it up the floor, and it looks like it's going to be a timeout that's going to be taken by Coach Mo and the Vanguard Vikings. As they take that timeout, we'll take it with them. Back in 30 seconds from the Antler Sports Network family platforms, this is Bell-Shaped Kia High School Basketball. Coach Mo and company taking their first timeout of the contest. Both teams now sitting with 4 timeouts remaining. I would assume that both huddles sound pretty different. 6:52 left to go in the final period. Coach Francis and company looking at trying to make a run here. Last bucket from Hatnot gave this Trojan offense even just a little bit of life, because as we've seen, this team with their backs against the wall can definitely provide some fantastic moments, if we recall, to the Brookshire's Classic Tournament earlier this season. 6:52 left to go. It's on the drive. Howard going up. Block is called. And that's going to be the first on the Trojans in this quarter. That foul is going to be called on Manny Miser. Are they going to give him continuation? I don't think so. Looks like the officials will call it on the floor. And Howard to inbound under his own basket. Morati pops out. Had him at first. They get it into Latino. Latino kicks on the reset to Peters. Peters immediately met by Basur. Double team coming from Hatton and Basur. But they eventually get it back out over to Howard. Howard, bounce pass to Morati. Morati with 6:50 left at 6:24 left to go in the fourth. Downhill, Howard, immediately met by Miser, stops in his tracks and gets it back out again. 6:15 left to go. Same thing here. Dribble drive up to the second hash. And eventually they top step and kick it back out to reset. Here's Matthews. Matthews against Hatnot. Hatnot bumps him, and that's going to be a foul call. Foul number 2 on All Saints. Coach Scott Moe, overall record of 17-13. 0-9 in TAPS 4A District 2 play. This is their third of 4 games against East Texas teams. The other team is the very team they'll be playing next Tuesday at Harrington Gymnasium, about 20 minutes away from here, home of the Brook Hill Guard. Matthews stopped by Hatton, not picking up his dribble, cuts through. Double team coming over to Howard. They eventually get it out. 5:55 left to go. On the drive and getting tripped. And taking a harsh fall is Peters. As Peters winced in pain, but was able to pop back up with the assistance of his teammates. That's another foul that's going to be assessed to Manny Miser. Substitution here for the Vanguard Vikings. Keaton Matthews will check out. Henry Witt will check in. Henry Witt in this one has 8 points, leading all Vanguard scores. Peters under the basket to Howard. Howard falls away, baby hook, no good. Miser comes up with it, tips it into the hands of Franks, and now Hatnot accompanying her on the break. It's 4-on-5. Miser pump fakes to Hatnot. Hatnot gets his pocket pick, and now going the other way is Vanguard with the numbers. Open floor. Peters has Franks in the air. Layup is in. Owen Peters, great patience to get Franks up in the air right on time. And an even better pass for the assist. Ball goes out of bounds. Possession will stay with All Saints. 30-16 our score. As Peters, after that last layup, gets his 4th point of the contest. Hatnot kicks to Jackson Hill. Hill, the intended target, out of bounds. Hatnot a little bit too much mustard on it. 5:08 left to go in the 4th. And that's another possession. And it looks like we have a timeout that's going to be taken by Coach Francis and the All Saints Trojans. It's going to be a full timeout, and we'll take it with them. Back in 60, Antler Sports Network High School Hoops continues after this break. After the All Saints timeout, the Trojans taking a minute to talk things over. Down here at home, 30-16, with 5:08 left to go. It's a pretty awkward situation if you're this All Saints offense. Not only do you have to try to score, but you also have to try on defense even harder due to how slow-paced this Vanguard offense has been. It's been just as good of a defense as our actual defense has been. We crossed the 5-minute mark. With it is Latino. Latino lays her pass to Howard. Howard in traffic, has possession, and Coach Mo calls a timeout right on time. How about that? Coach Mo, great job being quick on his feet. As he takes a 30-second timeout, we'll take it with him. High School Hoops continues after this break. Be sure to stay with us for the Pelche Kia postgame drive. We'll speak to the winning head coach, get his final thoughts, as well as elect and possibly speak to our Yosemite Roofing player of the game. Last night, down Loop 323 at Tyler Legacy, Jacorian Oates with a 25.8 rebound, 5 assist performance, becoming the first player to be a two-time Yosemite Roofing GOAT of the year. These last 4 minutes and 52 seconds could decide who wins it this afternoon. 4:48 left to go in the fourth quarter. Ball is moving here for Vanguard. Swing to the outside. Now over right in front of us here is going to be Peters, guarded by Hatnot. He picks up his dribble. Basor almost came in with the steal. Remember, he does have 2 fouls. With it is Witt. Witt going downhill. Franks blitzes it right on time. 4.5 minutes left to go. Bounce pass into Hill. Hill over to Miser. Miser drives. Skips to Franks. Franks takes a dribble. Goes up through contact, and he's got it for 2. That's Franks with 2 more. He's now got 12. With 4:19 left to go. Miser almost had that steal. It's not quick enough. Franks almost had a steal of his own. Once again, not quick enough. With it, head faking, driving is Latino. Foul is called on the floor by referee Brad Williams. Always good to have a nice, pleasant chat with him. And as I always like to recognize our officials, especially from the Tyler Area Basketball Officials Organization, or TABO, as they like to call it. 4:09 left to go. It's 30-18. Our current score. Howard inbounding under his own basket. They get it in under the basket over to Moradi. It gets swatted, and drawing the foul is going to be Jackson Hill. And after the foul, All Saints will smartly roll this ball in and try to salvage every second they can. Hatnot in the corner. They get it to Miser. In open space, center of the floor. Out, no good, out of bounds. All Saints will take possession back. Inbounds to Franks. Franks through contact again. That's back-to-back for the big man. 2 quick points. He's on a 4-0 run of his own. And now it's only a 10-point game. 3:40 left to go in the fourth. All Saints slowly but surely trying to put something together. Franks tips it. Miser rolls through. No call. Almost thought he was going to take a charge. Miser demanding it is Hatnot. Hatnot on the break. Attacking the 2-3 zone. Skip to Jackson. Franks. He'll fire for 3. No good. Rebound Hatnot. Hatnot. Kick to Basor. Basor dribbles things out. Skip over to Miser. Miser 3:18 left to go. They get it to Franks. Franks takes one dribble. Thought he was going to pull up, but instead they'll go around the world here. Basor on the right side corner. Skips over. Franks steps back to Hatnot. In the middle to Miser. Miser back out to Franks. Franks goes baseline, drives, lays out his defender. Hatnot, he'll fire for 3. No good. Bank ain't open just yet as Miser had it. One official called a jump ball. The other might have called a foul. Either way, if it is a jump ball, the arrow will go in favor of Waco Vanguard. As it looks like Henry Witt as well, as Angel Lee will be checking in. As yes, the arrow is in favor of the All Saints Trojans. As the officials are talking it over. Hatnot is under his own basket, awaiting to inbound. And yes, it will be All Saints possession. So Vanguard will have the arrow with 2:56 left to go in the fourth. It's 30-20. We've seen All Saints make miraculous comebacks before. in this very same gym. Miser wide open under the basket. He's got it off the assist from Hadnot. Now we're back to a single-digit deficit for the Trojans. Hurricane pass, intercepted by Franks. Franks carry, no, it's a double dribble. Franks had open space, had Hadnot on the right side block, and it looks like Coach Mo wants to talk things over, and another timeout is called by the Vanguard Vikings. 30-second timeout, and we'll take it with them. Back after this, from the Antler Sports Network family of platforms, this is Pelche Kia High School Hoops.
Give it everything at Pelche Kia and Tyler, where tough never quits.
Butcher Gymnasium, the host of our matinee matchup in TAPS 4A District 2, the All Saints Trojans and the Vanguard Vikings. All Saints at one point was down 25. Coming into this fourth quarter, Cass Franks on his own came up with a 4-0 run that brought things down within single digits, and now it's an 8-point game with 2:44 left to go. All Saints only one more foul to give remaining in this quarter. Vanguard only with one foul in this quarter. Coach Aston Francis getting his final pleasantries out to his team, as Vanguard will have possession on the opposite side of the timeline. Open floor, Maradi up and under, no good. Rebound is run in by Matthews, and he'll draw the foul. And that one's on Manny Miser. No, looks like they're going to call that one on Jackson Hill. Yep, they are going to call that one on Jackson Hill. Even Franks had to see if that was on Miser. As heading to the line is going to be the senior, Keaton Matthews. First shot is good. The senior second shot is up. Nothing but nylon there. Perfect 2-for-2 trip. 2.5 left to go. Hadnot swings to Miser. Miser to Hill. Hadnot. Hill that one fly for three. No good. He struggled from downtown this game. 2:28 left to go. With it is Witt. Witt hat fake, what a layup. And up for two. Henry Witt with a little razzle dazzle on that layup. Hadnot to Miser. Miser gets it stolen away. Drew Howard has it. Double team. Gets it to Matthews. Foul is drawn. Hadnot gets called for, and that's foul number 5 on the Trojans. And that'll mean Vanguard will pretty much control their own destiny with remaining 2:02 left in this fourth, as they'll be shooting free throws the rest of the way. Back on the line again, Keaton Matthews. Matthews went 2 for 2 his last trip. He's halfway to doing that once again here. Knocks down the first. Matthews knocks them both down again. Miser rolls the basketball in. Hadnot has it. He crosses the timeline. 2 minutes, Dos Minutos remaining in this final period. Hadnot, Hart's get pass. Hill for three, no good. Rebound is brought down by Drew Howard. The dry spell continuing for the All Saints offense. Witt, high pass to Matthews. Matthews doubled, gets around it, kicks. In the corner with it is Morati. Morati back to Matthews. Matthews get pass to the opposite corner to Latino. Minute 30 left to go. This is definitely worst case scenario. I take that back. Hold that thought. Hadnot on the breakaway. Goes up. Layup is good. No offensive foul. Since it is an offensive foul, it will not send Vanguard to the free throw line, but they will take possession with a minute 20 left to go. We've seen more charges than an overdrafted credit card in this game with a minute 20 left in the fourth. As there seems to be a wet spot under the All Saints basket. And I could definitely understand it. That exact same spot has seen 3 charges in one basketball game. 2 of those were in the first quarter. Referees are good. Great job by the far side official to get that clean up in a timely fashion. And Howard takes the inbounds pass, looking to possibly hold out these Trojans. Under the basket, Maradi, layup is no good. Ball is up in the air. It's stolen away. Hill initially had it. Up and under layup is fouling is Latino. And that one, if that's against Miser, could make things extremely interesting. Vanguard back at the charity stripe. Latino this time is going to try to get a couple extra points. He already has 5. The Vikings 5 for 8 from the line today. Another wet spot, this time on the opposite floor. I think all 3 officials today have dried up at least one wet spot. Talk about under your pay. Minute 6 left to go in this final period. You'd have to think 2 converted free throws here, or maybe even 1 converted free throw here from Tristan Latino, the 6'1 freshman, who's had a fantastic showing today. Could possibly be the beginning of the end. First free throw is good. It makes it 37-22 with a minute 6 left. Second free throw is up and knocked down. Another perfect trip to the line for the Vikings. Hatnot as we approach a minute. Hill to Miser. Hatnot to Basor. Basor, head fakes, drives, pull up mid-range jumper, back iron, no good. Franks trying to come up with a rebound, and he does. Head fakes, goes up through, and he's got it for 2 more. Cass Franks does it again. He's got 16 with 44 seconds left to go. 41 seconds left. Under the basket, Moradi draws a foul. Does he get continuation on the Jackson foul? Don't know if they're going to call that on the floor or give him continuation. Nope, they're going to let him shoot 2. This time it's going to be Deano Roddy, the 5'11 with a 6-foot senior guard, who'll shoot 2. He makes his first free throw. This Vanguard team very efficient from the charity stripe today, shooting well over 70%. Dare to say they're knocking on the door of 80%. Second free throw, no good. Guess the broadcaster's jinx is still a thing. One day. 35 seconds left to go. Only a couple more possessions for either of these teams left in this one. Miser, he'll pull a one from downtown. No good. Rebound gets brought down by Latino, and that could possibly do it after crossing the timeline. Layup, Moradi under the basket. Nobody home. Franks almost came up with a rebound. Had not able to tip it out of bounds. With 16.9 left to go. We'll take a short timeout before the Pelche Kia postgame drive. We'll speak with Coach Scott Moe, as this win will move him to 18-13 overall. Get him his first district win of the year with 16.9 left to go. We'll also speak with our Yosemite Roofing GOAT of the game, who we will elect during said postgame coverage. But here's Moradi. Moradi picks up his dribble. Now on the outside to Matthews. Matthews over to Latino. 3 seconds, 2 seconds, 1 second, and that will do it. The Vanguard Vikings win big here at home, defeating the Trojans by a final score of 39-24. When we come back, we'll have our Pelche Kia postgame drive. We'll elect our Yosemite Roofing go to the game and much more. Back after this from the Antler Sports Network family of platforms. This is ASN High School Hoops.
Give it everything at Pelche Kia and Tyler, where tough never quits.
Drawing up the perfect insurance plan can seem like a daunting task in this financial climate. Tackle the task with Mike Munn State Farm Insurance. We have a triple threat of home, auto, and life insurance policies to fit any budget. You can even cover your furry friends with pet insurance. Call 903-561-4535 or visit MikeMunn.net to get started on a free quote. 903-561-4535 to get started on a free quote.
Hello, I'm Mike Munn with Mike Munn State Farm, where I've been your local agent since 1980.
When my Marco's craving hits, it really hits. And with unlimited medium one-topping pizzas for $6.99 each, I can cover tonight's cravings and tomorrow's. Nice. Marco's. Pizza lovers, get it. Feast your eyes on Marco's Pepperoni Magnifico. Fresh dough made daily, topped with our signature sauce. 3 real cheeses, classic pepperoni, plus crispy cupped Old World pepperoni. Pure pepperoni perfection for just $9.99, but for a limited time only.
Here post-game, courtside here at Brookshire Gymnasium, the visiting Vikings of Vanguard taking a long trip coming up to the Rose City, and Coach Scott Moe finishing off with a win. Our final, Vanguard taking the win on the road by a final of 39-24. Coach, one thing I definitely wanted to point out, your offense, fair to say, took its time. Last possession of the first half, I clocked it at about a minute and almost 20 seconds. What went into your offense today? Was there something in particular said in the locker room? Was that your coaching philosophy? Kind of clue us in.
Wow. I don't know if you're aware, but this is our first win in district play. And these kids have battled. They've worked extremely hard. And I'm so stinking proud of them. We have to play super disciplined. And we're trying to play smart, trying to make sure we've been talking all week about high-quality shots. So we just want to make sure we get the shot that we want, and sometimes that takes a little bit longer than we want, but just trying to get that high-quality look.
Well, whatever gets the job done on offense, right? Can't really complain there. It was a low-scoring first quarter, but that second quarter is where you guys really started to pick things up on the offensive side of the ball. Was there anything said in the huddle that kind of got the offense clicking, or was it just within the same offense and you just saw more looks that you liked?
Well, it all started for us at the defensive end. We got stops and we started scoring in transition, which we love to do. We either want to score quickly or we want to hold it and make sure we get a high-quality look. And we got some stops. I think, did we hold them scoreless in that quarter? I
believe so.
I think we held them scoreless and just getting stops and then stops and sprints. And it's nice when we finish in transition. We hit a couple big threes. I think we had a kid that hit his first 3 of the year. So anytime that happens, that's always nice.
Well, Coach, to answer your question, yes, that second quarter score was 14-0 in favor of your Vikings, but third quarter was 6-6. So what was that halftime conversation like?
Keep competing, keep getting stops, take care of the ball, make sure the big thing we emphasize, to make sure we take the shots that we want. So we just made sure that we did that, and there was a couple ones that were a little bit sketchy, but for the most part, I think we did a pretty darn good job.
Now, Coach, I'll finish off with this. A very young team, an extremely young team. Plenty of sophomores, only 4 seniors. Fair to say that senior night had to be pretty easy for you back down the highway in Waco. But you had solid performances everywhere. Tristan Latino, 7 points. Henry Witt, 10 points. 4 points for Owen Peters, 4 points for Dion. 8 points for Keaton Matthews off of the bench. That's just consistency. As we talked about during the break, you had one word, balanced.
Yes, sir. We honestly don't have any all-stars. We don't have any studs, but we are balanced. And the other thing that you left out, we have 0 juniors. So we're starting 3 sophomores and a freshman. So I'd say that's pretty young. And honestly, this year we've been taking our lumps just a little bit, but the kids keep showing up every day for practice, giving a great effort, and it's just been a blast.
Well, Coach, congratulations on a win. Be safe going home. And most importantly, again, congratulations on a fantastic win. Best of luck to you on the rest of your season. We'll take one more timeout. When we come back, we'll elect our Yosemite Roofing Goat of the Game. get you ready for next week's contest. From the Antler Sports Network family platforms, this is Pell Shake Kia High School Hoops.
Give it everything at Pell Shake Kia in Tyler, where tough never quits.
Drawing up the perfect insurance plan can seem like a daunting task in this financial climate. Tackle the task with Mike Munn State Farm Insurance. We have a triple threat of home, auto, and life insurance policies to fit any budget. You can even cover your furry friends with pet insurance. Call 903-561-4535 or visit MikeMunn.net to get started on a free quote. 903-561-4535 to get started on a free quote.
Hello, I'm Mike Munn with Mike Munn State Farm, where I've been your local agent since 1980.
When my Marco's craving hits, it really hits. And with unlimited medium one-topping pizzas for $6.99 each, I can cover tonight's cravings and tomorrow's. Nice. Marco's. Pizza lovers, get it. Feast your eyes on Marco's Pepperoni Magnifico. Fresh dough made daily, topped with our signature sauce. 3 real cheeses, classic pepperoni, plus crispy cupped Old World pepperoni. Pure pepperoni perfection for just $9.99, but for a limited time only.